All right, got a couple of us in here. Who do I got on board? All right, opened up this thing on the right. It's taking up the whole screen. Anyway. Oh, here we go, participant. If anybody jumps on, hit me up so I know you're around. Hello from Canada. Cool. What's up, GK? Top chat. Oh, here we go. All messages are visible. I didn't know there were options on this. Okay. Anyway, we got a few people on board. You guys can chime in when you feel comfortable in doing so. So, GK, since you started off here, Hades, what's up, Hades? What did you guys think about the video? Let's start. So, the reason I thought this might be interesting was one of the comments in the video I released, my reaction to it was that, thank you, GK, I appreciate that, was it's a Baby Metal video, bro. It's not a Tom Morello video. And I was like, oh, okay. Because my reaction was, I just expected him to be more integrated in the video. If any of you guys saw that Måneskin video, did any of you guys watch that where Tom Morello was featured in it? He had a pretty integral part to the, I mean, it's a music video, but to the storyline of the music video. He played a security officer. And then at the end, he came down to shut him up. And I mean, it was cool, right? It was cool. So I'm wondering what you guys think, because it was interesting when that person had written, "Hey man, it's Baby Metal, it's not Tom Morello." I was like, that is true, but what got me excited about it was a new Baby Metal track with Tom Morello. And so I thought this might be a fun little conversation back and forth. Did anybody who's on right now feel that he didn't really add very much to the performance? Try to play a little devil's advocate. Oh, we're a bit quiet. All right, well, I'll keep talking until other people chime in and say something. But for those of you just jumping on, we're talking about Tom Morello and his influence on the Baby Metal video. And so I just thought, and I've read some of the other stuff. I've been reading through the comments on my video. Hey, Kevin, how are you, bro? Good to see you, Kevin. Was I thought it was true. He was kind of just thrown in there. I thought that having such a big guy like him on board would really influence them into integrating him better into the video itself. And so, see, so okay, he's cool, but was he great? No, I don't know if he really stood out. And that surprised me. I thought they'd really milk it a little. Now, obviously, he wasn't able to be on location, so they put in what they could put in. That makes sense. But with the way things are today, I mean, have him go to a studio for the day. You can screen some stuff. He could have worn a mask. He could have done some stuff. Them being on top of the guitar at the end, I thought was real cute. I did like that, but that was the only thing involving him that I personally thought was great, other than of course the music, which is why we were listening in the first place. So yesterday when they released the music, I thought it was so cool, and I did like the video today, but I didn't love it exponentially more than just listening to the audio. We're still quiet. All right, well, some of the other comments then. What were some of the other stuff people were saying? Sue Metal's vocals has been a really big point I saw. So with her vocals, what was interesting to me, or what I guess not interesting, but what was neat to me was that she sounded like an adult because she is an adult now, but it brought me back. There's a lot of Megitsune talk, and it brought me back, I think, to that time with that youthful energy, but there was an aggressiveness to her voice. Maybe because it's Rage Against the Machine here, but there was an aggressiveness that I thought was kind of cool. It was something unique. I hadn't really heard that in her before, and I liked it. Other stuff I read was the lack of filters, and that maybe they're finally getting it. Don't throw filters all over her. She can do her own thing. She doesn't need those filters. Other stuff was how that last video, that last collaboration, help me out here. What's the dude's name? It was like a rapper guy or something. I don't think anybody really liked it, was what I was reading. So I personally did not. So it's nice to get back to something that I can relate to and enjoy. But what I've been seeing overall is this is a cool throwback to why so many of you guys got into baby metal in the first place. So, Kevin, I like the song. I haven't seen the video. You just got home. So the song's super cool. There's no doubt to it. And the video's pretty cool. I think you're going to like it, Kev. But I thought it would be worth talking about because I don't want to keep repeating myself. It's boring. But I just thought Tom Morello would be more integrated into the video. And that surprised me that he wasn't. How many of you guys logged on just to see Tom Morello? That's the other side. I wouldn't think anybody. I would think that a baby metal fan's going to listen to it anyway. So did Morello's involvement bring on a new audience? And I don't know if it would. Hades, he looks a bit like a Gaijin in a Matsuri summer party. Well, I think that was the plan, right? Isn't that what they're trying to put together? So it was good. Then they succeeded in their efforts, you can say. They succeeded in their efforts. And I'm wondering where we go from here. Baby Metal seems to like these collaborations. And usually a collaboration is trying to branch out to new audiences. Do you think that this will branch out, help them branch out to a new audience? What do you guys think about that? Or is it keeping Tom Morello relevant is the other side? That's the other side of the coin. So that's kind of interesting as well. But Tom Morello actually keeps himself pretty busy. You see him quite regularly on stuff. Every collab they do is to attract some people. I mean, it can't deter from them, but I think at this point, I think baby metal fans are already baby metal fans, and they're just looking for new songs. I mean, we just want new stuff. So Little Uzi Vert, thanks. That was what it was called. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I did not like that. Did any of you guys like that? Hades, did you like that? Or GK, were you into him? Little Uzi Vert. That one, honestly, I don't know. I'm not saying I know, but to me, that one was sort of like, did somebody pay Baby Metal to do a song with them? Because what the hell is this? That was my that was my thought. You enjoyed the end. I thought it was fun, but a lot of people did not like it. Yeah, the song seemed chaotic to me. Yeah, I didn't really feel that there was anybody pulling it all together either. And so I don't know. I was surprised by it. But also that Bring Me the Horizon one, I also wasn't blown away by that. I like it when it seems to me like they give Sue Metal a little bit more creative input, like the first take. I think she really got her voice out in that without any instructions. And that was cool. In this one, I think there's probably instruction, but it's a blast back to what made everybody enjoy the band. So I think chaotic's okay, Kevin. It's just somebody needs to tie it together. Otherwise, it just becomes a bit sloppy. So it's different when it's a collab with Baby Metal or Baby Metal collaborating with someone else, like with Baby Metal or Little Uzi. Yeah, I hear you. I just, hmm, I don't know. I mean, I like collaborations, but collaborations are usually a little cheesy. And I'm not saying Baby Metal. I'm just saying in general, they're not. They just don't have the same impact as a new track by a band that you really enjoy. So Usually when collabs come out, I'm not too excited. Now I was with this. I was because I really wanted to see Sue Metal and how her voice would blend with Rage Against the Machine guitar player. And I got what I wanted out of it. I think that she really did an excellent job. And I think Tom Morello brought what he brings. I thought he was really good. So I'm intrigued if somebody didn't like it. I haven't heard anybody yet on anything I've read say that they didn't. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I wonder if these guys in the suits, they're sitting in their office waiting for the release, kind of like, I hope they like it. I'll bet you they do. I bet you they do. Right. Bring Me the Horizon. You like the Bring Me the Horizon one as well? Did you think this was better? Is there any other releases that you guys are excited about coming? I know I'm pretty stoked about the Iningana Isu release that I just heard about. So we'll see when that's actually going to drop. But I'm pretty eager to give that a go. Very eager, to be honest. A lot of people like Kingslayer. I've liked the others that they've done more. Cool. Julian, bro, haven't seen that name in a little bit. The Little Uzi song was composed by a member of the band Pale Dusk. I don't know who they are. Cool. And that's why it sounds the way that it does. Would make sense if that's their sound. Cool. WAFO, BMTH, Bring Me the Horizon, and Baby Metal have a long history, and that collaboration was certainly unexpected. Okay, I think that the unexpected stuff would be more intriguing, right? So, okay. Brian Little, what's up, Brian? I love Baby Metal, but the new song feels like a copy of the Corey Taylor song that Baby Metal appeared on. So I'm not really a fan for the new one. Intriguing. Okay. So what was the copy part? Was it the vibe of it? Because the guitar was certainly different. But what was the part, Brian, that you felt was a copy? And then do you guys hear where he's coming from? Do you guys think so as well? Funny with these chats, it's difficult because it's me just reading and talking. It'd be better if they did these where you can communicate back and forth chatting. It seems weird, but I guess if there's too many people on here, it's impossible. So that's why they do it this way. You would think if they're going to start doing collaborations, they would just do a collaboration album. Those are easy and they sell a lot. So I am sort of surprised they don't do more of it. It'd be really interesting is to do a collaboration with like Nemophila or Love Bites, something like that. That would be really, really neat. Love Bites would be fantastic. This song reminds me of Mahi Basad from Bloodywood. I do not see it similar to the song from Corey Taylor. Okay. Yeah. I think that they're moving in the right direction. I mean, with that first take, we have here like she can sing, she can become a great individual talent. I know there's other people on that track, by the way. I'm not trying to push them to the side, but it was a Sue Metal tour de force. And also, we can still do what we used to do. And I think that's what they're trying to push. It felt to me as if the old baby metal had returned, and I think that's what I'm seeing in a lot of places. And I think that the powers that be, they need to give that to us because that's the reason why we started liking baby metal in the beginning. And while it's important that everybody, not just the bands, continue to grow, there's a reason why we liked you in the first place. Don't leave it behind. And so I think that's what we're getting here, and I'm glad that they did it because I loved it. So. Julian, it sounds nothing like the Corey Taylor. Where did you get that idea? Clue us in, brother. Where did you get that idea? Why do you think so? I doubt Baby Metal will ever collaborate with any Japanese band. Oh, they're clearly trying to become in the lead of the 2020s international metal scene. I don't know if I agree or disagree. I mean, maybe in the immediate future, I would say I do agree, but it would be something interesting to do. I posted yesterday that I had written a letter to some of these management companies saying, "Hey, do you guys want to I wanted to say, like, get more involved together. Like, I can promote some of your artists, or it'd be cool to have some of your artists on. And I sent them some of the list of the people I've talked to and whatnot. And we'll see if any of them get back. But your strength in numbers and anything, the music industry is big and difficult. And so, even though we love these bands, some of these bands that we like so much are not going to get bigger unless they have the support from us, but also from other acts and whatnot. So, I hope that they do team together and push because it does seem like a friendly environment. So, all right, let me catch up on these. Hades, Sue sang Endless Rain from X Japan in a big TV program in 2020. Cool stuff. That's the closest we're getting to it. Okay, fair enough. Koba has been networking with the international band since at least 2014. He's definitely using the collabs to generate buzz. So I think so too. I'm just wondering if it's working. I'm wondering if their audience is broadening, and we can check on that. I mean, we could take a look. We should take a look today and see how many followers or subscribers, sorry, they have here on YouTube, and see if that number grows over the next week, and then you'll know if it's successful or not. So I wonder if it's working. The intensity of this song makes me feel like I'm really carrying a portable shrine at a festival. All right, cool, man. Well, it's a good thing. I mean, that's getting the message across, certainly. So, any kind of feelings I think are very important when trying to come up with something new. The biggie's going to be, when's the next release going to be, and are they going to make us wait forever and ever? What other bands are, not to get off topic? I mean, we are welcome to keep talking about this if you guys want to jump in. But what are some of the other bands that you guys are totally into? I in the chat that we did a couple days ago, this band East of Eden came up. I haven't released the reaction yet, but I watched it today. Whew, super good stuff, guys. You should check it out. You really should. So the chanting was close to the Taylor song. Maybe it was just me. I'm looking forward to seeing Baby Metal in Pittsburgh next month. Heck yeah. Who are they playing with, Brian? That song's a banger, and that band is going to be the next big one. We're talking about East of Eden here, and it is. It's super, super good. I enjoyed it immensely. So I'm looking forward to. I got to edit it and put it together and release it. But I mean, dude, really, really good. East of Eden, check them out. Good stuff. Like really, really good stuff. So yeah, I like that. What else do we got? I think that Hanabe is also on the rise. I think they're going to continue to be popular. It's pretty good stuff they're putting out, in my opinion. So I'm excited about that band too. I don't know if you guys are all listening to them already or not. You probably are, but it's really good. Oh, the music's from the same guy as Love Bite stuff. That's interesting. Okay, good to know. Um, all right, Kevin. Deathlock and Baby Metal are rotating headliners. Okay, right on. This is for their tour here in the US we're talking about. So, Brian, Nemophila and Gakaric Spin have my attention this year so far. I like Nemophila a lot, obviously. I react to so many of their videos. They were pushing, man. They were coming out with like a video a week of new material covers. And I think they got burned out a little bit, or their writing or something came up, but they kind of slowed down a tad. It's hard to keep that momentum, but it was kind of great, especially for a reactor. It gave me new stuff to watch, and I was loving it. Most of the time, I know I'm going to really like a Nemophila track, and I do. I love their energy and how much enjoyment they seem to get out of those tracks that they do. Guitar Spin, I got to do more of their stuff. I have done quite a bit, but I got to do more. They're a really good band too. Deathlock is opening at the Pittsburgh show. Then at the end of the month, Hanabe. I'm saying that right now, right? Because I was saying it wrong. I was saying Hanabi, and I was told it's Hanabe. I think we'll be playing in a small bar. Hanabi small bar, way cool. Super, super cool. That's a no brainer. So I think Nemophila will publish on December a third album, and soon they'll start to release singles. I think. I hope so as well. But December's upon us, so that might be coming. That'd be really great. Hanabe has sold out every show in Europe. It's been a great success. Good to know. How big are the shows though? I mean, if they're playing in a small bar, so they're doing like 1,000 seaters, 5,000 seaters. So, Dear Killer, welcome. But Dear Killer, Ludbite writes their own music. Okay. Berlin was 700. Okay. So 700 is pretty sizable. It's pretty good. It's getting going. Touring at that level is tough, man. It's a van tour probably. That's a little rough, man. So it means you're working your butt off and you're eating sandwiches. There's not a lot going on. I know Nemophila was here earlier this year, I think. So actually, one of my friends was on tour with them. So I got to bug him to bring him on. You guys will dig him. He's cool. He's a drum tech, and we'll see. But at least these ladies are working their butts off, and I appreciate that. So it's good. All right, we got a bunch more people on here. You guys have any input on this here Tom Morello video? What'd you guys think? Clue me in and let me know if you guys loved it. They're probably touring on losses. Probably at this point, it's pretty difficult to make money when you're doing stuff that's that small. But whatever money you're making is, it's a lot, man. It's not worth it. So, but you got to get the word out there and you got to start from somewhere. It's really tough. Even though they broke up, but have you ever checked out the band Stereo Pony? I feel like I have, but I'd have to look it up. I definitely not a lot, but I'd have to do a cheat here and do a quick lookup. But I feel like I've heard the name before, but obviously not on my hit list right now off the bat. Am I going to Atlanta to see Baby Metal? I'm not. I live in Los Angeles, but if any of you guys are going, look up Deer Killer here. I'll do a cheers with you guys from afar. All right, I think I'll give us like 8 more minutes. We'll do a half hour unless things start to pick up aggressively, then I'll hang in there longer. Otherwise, I'll get back to work. But Baby Metal is doing 2 shows in YouTube Theater there. Oh, okay. I didn't even know YouTube had a theater. So the YouTube Theater is a brick and mortar? It's interesting. David, hey, I've got tickets for the September 3rd Baby Metal concert in Atlanta, and I can't wait. It's been on my bucket list for a long time. David, I hope you enjoy every moment of it. You and Dear Killer here should be drinking beers for me while watching the show. Maybe Tom Morello will stop in. He'll jam. I wouldn't be surprised actually, especially if they only have a few dates in the states. It would be really really good PR if that happened for all of them. So I wouldn't be surprised. And then what would be really neat is if they rehearse like a Rage song and Baby Metal performs a Rage song and then they do this track, Metali. That would be really neat. That's the way to do it. Are you tropical storm ready in LA yet? Yes, I've been doing it all day. I cleared all my gutters out this morning. And I started moving everything underneath my what do you call it? My roof line. I don't know, but I guess it's coming like nobody's business. I'm actually building a cabin in a place called Big Bear right now. We had to plastic off the whole place because the whole house is ripped apart. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. David, I love Metali. Great to see Momoko get a chance to shine. Yeah, right. I agree with that. She definitely had a stronger presence in this, and it was cool to see her in there. I imagine Metali will be played every show this year. Yeah, I can't see how they wouldn't. I think they're going to really push this track. I bet they're really excited today that it's been well received, and I'll assume here they're going to make what they can out of it. And then I'm assuming too, with the first take song, they're going to do that version. They're going to really calm it down and do that when they do it. So September 2nd, they'll be my third time seeing them in Orlando. I've seen them with Yui Ryoho and now I'll see them in Momoko. Cool, man. Cool. So how many dates are they doing here in the States? I mean, I could look it up, but so we got Orlando and we've got Atlanta. When are they making their way into Canada? Poor Canadians, they don't get these opportunity. Come on. Oh, they're doing 30 dates. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of dates. So that's a proper tour, man. That's a long tour. That's a lot. So they'll be here for a couple months, then I take it. They're starting Texas, is all I know. Okay, have to see if I know anybody on the tour. I did talk to a couple guys. My friend was talking about doing sound. I don't know if he took the tour or not. I'll reach out to him. But yeah, you guys are right. They make them sign these NDAs and they can't come on. I had a lighting designer and he wasn't allowed to come on. So would have been cool. It starts the 28th of August in Houston and it ends here in LA, right on. I have to look up and see where they're performing. I'm assuming it's either going to be at the Greek or the Hollywood Bowl. So maybe the Palladium. Probably Palladium, actually, now that I think about it. All right. Well, I think things are winding down, so I'm going to jump off. I'll leave the live chat on. I always do, and that way you guys can keep chatting if you want to. But let's see, the Gaijin guys are giving away 2 4-day tickets for Aftershock. Right on, man. That's cool. So, how do you get them? You write to them, or you comment on their stuff, or what do they do? Julian, that's interesting. After all the smoke from Canada, they lose their rights to a baby metal show. Oh, brutal. Give them some love, Brian. Give them some love. They need it. Always enjoy your reactions and keep up the good work. David, that's cool of you. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Did you watch this East of Eden stuff yet, David? It's really good, man. I'm gonna see. I'll try and edit it today, and I'll switch one out and maybe release it tomorrow. I was blown away with how good they are. I really liked it. So, Still Racer, what's up, dude? How are you? What'd you think of the video, Still Racer? Do you have any input for us? Yeah, check it out, David. I'll have it on there for tomorrow. I'm gonna switch one of the videos out. I really enjoyed it. So, East of Eden is one of my favorite songs this year. It's incredible. It's neat stuff. So, yeah, I think if you guys like Japanese metal, I just don't know how you wouldn't like this band. It had more. I don't want to. I mean, I haven't been talking too much because I don't want to ruin my reaction for you. But it just had this. I don't know. The song's long. I did the extended version. I don't know if there is a short version. I didn't even look. So we're like 6 minutes or something. But it just had this awesome build to it. They weren't rushing it, and it had this presence like they've already been around a long ass time, like they know their stuff. And that was cool to me. I really liked it. It's good stuff. We'll do another one of these on East of Eden. Come on every day. So, Julian, you have to send them a story about how the music has helped you through a difficult time. And I guess the best story wins the tickets. A little cheesy, in my opinion. I don't know, Julian. What do you think? You're going to send them a story about difficulties? I mean, I guess it's hard to come up with, especially on a podcast, how to give stuff away. I know Ren did. He had those boxing gloves and I think a record. And he was doing it where you've got to like click every day on Spotify. And he had some good ideas about how to do it. But I'm assuming they were given these tickets, but to send a story. And I mean, how long is a story got to be and stuff? I don't know, Julian. Let me know if you're writing a story. So Hades, it's a super group. Oh, they are a super group. Okay, so that would make sense. So is the violin on Lucky Morpheus? All the girls have their own bands and they're pretty popular. Okay, Hades. Yeah, clue me in if it's on Lucky Morpheus. I'm gonna because man, that was cool, but I didn't pick up on that. So, Kevin, October 11th and 12th are the YouTube Theater in Inglewood. Is their LA shows? Okay, I know where Inglewood is. Yeah, it's actually not that close to me, but I think lives out there is the dudes who do that Bandmade fan channel. They do. No, the violin is more Phonica. She's a close friend to Asami. Okay, cool, man. Of Love Bites. So maybe I'll have to check out some of her stuff. She crushes it, guys. The violin lady in that video is really, really good. So I would, but I don't want to be able to go. I'll be out of the country whenever. Oh, okay. So you wouldn't be able to do it anyway. Yeah, right on. I don't know. I mean, the problem with that is you got to read all people's stories and then they're going to tell you about their tough times. So you're just reading like all these tough times from people. It sounds a little bit depressing. I don't know. But hey, if it works for them, right on, man. All right. Anybody else have any input that we want to throw out there before we close things down? If so, please do so. Keep it censored. But let me know what you think. Otherwise, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to start editing my East of Eden episode. I didn't mean to change the subject to be about East of Eden, but it was a little quiet in here and they kick ass. I did get a cool email today, so I'm going to write back to him. But one of my next guests is somebody pretty cool, and he said he wanted to come on. So if so, you guys will really like him. My what is it? My little what do we call it? My little hooker, whatever. The clue in is he. I was just gonna say the band because I was gonna screw it up, but the Will Ferrell episode on Saturday Night Live, more. So one of them there, fellas, and we'll see what he thinks about the drumming of some of these ladies, which I think will be really, really fun. So I am going to set that up. So, but he reached out to me today, so he's been on my podcast before, and he's a good guy. So there you go, Polska. There you go. Julian, I would, but sorry, I only read that. Aftershock is sponsoring them, so it's Aftershock. Oh wow, Aftershock sponsoring. That's super interesting. Wonder how they got that hookup. That's cool. I didn't realize this is live, Joel. Yeah, we're live, Polska. What's up? What's up? Needs more vodka. Dude, I've been getting all of these bourbons lately, and they're really, really good. I have one I had in the living room. I just opened it. I might do another episode because I want them to send me more. It was so, so good. It's called something Austin something. And it was, dude, it was really, really nice. So I'm actually not a huge drinker, is the funny part. I love to go down the road and get a beer at my local bar. But Kevin, speaking of Kevin, did you guys see? I know this isn't baby metal, but the guy Kevin who came on, his name's Kevin Dorsey, and I had him react to oh, what's her name? Putri Ariani so far. The other ones haven't come out, but such a cool cat, man. This guy's resume was awesome, and he's a good friend of mine who I actually met at the local bar. He's a really, really good dude. But check those out; you'll like them. It's interesting. The guy started because who was it? It wasn't Smokey Robinson. It was Quincy Jones brought him to LA in 1983. It shows this dude have over 7,000 other people. And this guy did like 5 Michael Jackson tours. He's a killer dude, but he's such a nice guy. And it was interesting. He's like a superior vocalist. So it's cool to hear his takes on these. The Dimash one got blocked. It might never come out, especially if they watch it, because he actually didn't have accolades for Dimash, not to spoil it, but kind of blew me away. He wasn't overly impressed. So I'm telling you this because I think that they're gonna block it and they're not gonna let it go. They're gonna be like, screw you. So, ooh, seeing the warning tomorrow. Very cool. I spent some time last night actually, and I wrote to the manager because you guys told me the dude's name to see if they'd be interested in coming on the podcast. But I hope so, man, because I put like a bullet list of some of the warning episodes I did with some of my music friends. And I'm assuming that the manager would think I'm a bro. I mean, there were some really good people I've had react to the warning and clue them in. So I think being in touch with them would be really fun. That would make for a good episode. So we'll see if they let me do it, I guess is the best way to put it. So Anyway, Polska, we drinking vodka or what are we doing here? So I do like vodka, man. I do. I try not to drink it much anymore because I'll start cruising through it. I love it. So Belvedere, man, Belvedere vodka. So I'll have you guys in golden diapers. What does that even mean? I do not know. I do not know. I saw Hanabe past Saturday. I was at the Neon podcast this afternoon talking about the experience. I think it'll be really good. I don't know, Hades. You might have been the one who told me about them in the beginning. If you guys don't know, I speak to Hades regularly now, and I really do appreciate your input. I'm kind of relying on you guys a lot just to give me advice to move the channel forward. And if we're all wrong, I mean, who cares? But at least we're trying, is the way I look at it. So the letters I wrote to these guys in management, I mean, I think my resume is like decent, especially for a reactor dude. But it's more just kind of like, hey, there's a whole bunch of us who think you guys are cool. Why don't you guys come hang? And so we'll see what they say. I'm still at work. Yeah, don't drink at work, Polska. Jeez, man. Jeez. That's why Hades is still on here. I don't know. Actually, I leave these recorded. Sorry, that is not a true fact. Christopher Walken says that to the SNL guys in that skit. Yeah, it was nutty. If you guys watch the interview, um, he talks about how, because I had him on with his brother, right? So it's two brothers who started Blue Oyster Cult, and he talks about he was a school teacher in New York at the time that skit came out, and he became like an overnight sensation in the high school where he became relevant again. He's a super nice human being. I think he'll get a real kick out of this. I don't. He's not going to know any of these bands, and I think he'll like them a lot. So he's a good dude. He's a really good dude. But yeah, if you guys want, check out those interviews. I've been trying to tell because people are writing me, you should do interviews. I'm like, I freaking did 100 of them on here, and some of the interviews on here, almost all of them, to be really honest, are awesome. The stories that these guys are telling, and I'm proud of my book. I worked my butt off on it, and I'm really proud of it. And I think it's funny. I don't know if any of you guys on here have read it, but it's funny. But some of these roadies I had on, their stories are they're no joke, man. They're really, really good. So we might bail by the time you come back, Polska. And if so, I look forward to talking to you next time, dude. But check them out. They're really, really awesome. And if you guys want suggestions on which ones to start with, hit me up and I'll tell you some of the ones that I remember being the best. But and I might start doing them again. If I start doing them again, I'll probably bring on some sort of assistant person just to give me a hand. It's really a lot of work to edit them. They take a lot of time. And I try to get out a lot of the background sounds and stuff out. So it does. It takes me a bit of time. So anyway, all right. I think I am going to wind things up. I just wanted to let you guys know I appreciate you all, and to sum things up, I think it was a damn good video. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that Baby Metal is staying relevant, and I'm looking forward to the next release. I think they're really good. So I hope you guys agree with me. Hades, you have a wonderful evening. I know you're in Europe, so have a good night. And I'm going to continue on with my day. I got to edit this East of Eden. Otherwise, Hades is just going to sign off. He's going to bail from me, man. He's pushing this band like crazy. I'm going to start pushing them too. They're really good, all kidding aside. The one that stood out to me were the guys from Metallica. Sorry, Kevin, I need reference. The guys from Metallica. Oh, sorry, interviews. Yeah, I was sitting there pitching my interviews. Yeah, that's an intense interview. And, they had never, so he's talking about the interview about Cliff Burton and Cliff Burton dying in the bus. And these two guys were in the bus with him, and neither one had ever discussed it, not on a podcast, but I mean, period, outside of immediate family members. And so, in my world of roadie life, these are like the very important guys to us, man. As far as aristocracy goes, they're the top of the food chain. I have immense respect for these guys. So for them to ask me to do an interview and then even talk to me, it's pretty humbling. This is cool stuff for a guy like me. And I think it came across in the interview. I was pretty excited about it. It's funny. I'll interview real big rock stars, but some of these roadie guys to me are like my mentors, and so I'm nervous. Whereas a lot of the other guys, Davy Johnstone, I had on here from Elton John, and I was chill, but having like Bobby, who's in that Metallica interview, Bobby Schneider. That's a big deal, dude. This guy's a big guy. In the interview, if you're a Metallica fan, it's pretty intense. Aiden, who's a guitar tech, who's just an awesome human being. I mean, he starts tearing up. He gets really upset. But Cliff Burton was like dead on top of him in the bus. I mean, it's really a heavy interview. It was definitely the hardest one I've ever done. I didn't want to screw it up. It took me like 2 weeks to even start to edit it because it was such a heavy subject. And so real Metallica fans are starting to dig up that interview now. But it's a pretty special moment in guys that I admire their histories. So, and I did do a couple reaction with those dudes, and I should bring them back. I should bring them back on. They're cool cats. So, Aiden's out with Def Leppard right now, and Bobby, I don't know what he's been up to. So he's trying to push like yoga and meditation. He's very into mental health awareness, which is of course important. So. Okay, ton of extra information. Guys, thank you very much. Hades, I'll talk to you soon. Kevin, I'll talk to you soon. Polska, hopefully you're working hard. And the rest of you, I look forward to seeing you soon on the channel. Thank you guys so much. Well, take care. I'll see you on the next one. I forgot my catchphrase. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.